Hi crafters, it's Hannah here from Handcrafted Cards. In today's Back to Basics video we're going to be talking about dies and embossing folders and my top tips for how to get the best out of them and for storage. So let's get started. So in today's video we're talking about dies and embossing folders. So let's start with dies. Dies are used to either cut out a stamped image or you can use them to create boxes, bags, bows and a whole lot more. Now when you get your dies from Stampin' Up, they come in a quite heavy plastic wallet and they will be on a sheet of card, and they will also have the instructions if needed on what to do with them. So with these dies, these are thinlets, so there's either framelets or thinlets. Framelets, as the name sounds, frame an image, so they will cut out an image, and a thinlet is just a pattern or a design or a box, something similar that it will cut out. So how I store them, I like the durability of the plastic wallet, but I don't want to have to keep opening and closing it, and I know that just sounds ridiculous because it takes 2 seconds, but when I'm crafting I want to just grab things quickly and get going. So firstly what I do is I tuck the flap of the wallet inside the envelope like this, and it will go in. So I tuck that in like that. Then I slide the instructions back inside, because when you get the die it will come in between this piece of paper, but I just stick that together and then slide it back in like so, and that gives me my storage wallet. Now I also like to just take the whole lot of the dies out and then I can decide which one, but I'm scared of losing them and I have lost little dies before. So I take this piece of card that comes with it and I just line it with magnet sheet. Now you can get this all over the place. I get mine from Amazon and I'll leave links to where I get it. So all I do is, now magnetic sheet I found has a right side and a wrong side. You can see that side is a lot shinier than the other side, so just to make sure I'm getting the right side I place it on. See, that's the side that you want facing up. So flip it onto the back side and I stick this down with some fast fuse. And I use the fast fuse because it is super strong and it will hold it in place. And I just line that up and give that a press and then cut off the excess. Like that, and then I can store these on there like that, and then this will then just slide into the wallet like that, and I can see the die, and when I flip it over if there's any instructions that I need to use the die. So some of them are not complicated, but the ones that make boxes and things like that, there'll be more instructions on there, so I like to be able to see if there's anything there that I need to. But that is how I store my dies. So definitely recommend to use with your dies is the die brush. What this does, all the little bits that you have inside your die and your whatever you've cut out, the die brush will just get those out for you. Easily removes all those bits. So you can see there I've got a couple of bits left there because I was lazy and didn't clean it after the last time I used it. So you just pop it, your dye onto the sponge and run the dye brush over it. There it is, and it will just pop all those bits out. Where's the rest? Just there. Can't get that one. And then I think there's some on this one as well. So as I say, I can just slide that out and get my dye. There you go, and it just really easily pops all the bits out. So that is definitely a tool that I recommend to use with your dyes. And I just store mine, whoops, in a wood mount box which you can get from Stampin' Up. So I just store that in there, so all the bits will be inside there. Then I can just tip that out into the bin. So the next thing we have are embossing folders. Embossing folders, they're used to add texture to your paper or card, and it is, as the name sounds, it's a folder. One side is raised and the other side is what's the opposite of raised? Deep, shallow, whatever. So when you put your card in it, you run it through the Big Shot and you get an embossed impression. All I do for embossing folders is I used to make folders for them to go into, but then I would emboss the front of the folder so I could see what the embossing folder does, and it was just hassle. But when you get them, they come with an image so you can see what it is anyway, so I figured why not just store it with this. But again, just for a little bit of quickness, all I do is on one side I just close it up with some washi tape, just to make it a little bit neater, I guess. So because sometimes it falls out when it's just with the piece of paper, so I'll just wrap it around. And I did try to wrap it both sides, but it was a little bit too tight, so it wouldn't fit back in. So I'll just do one side. See, if I try to do that side, the embossing folder is too big, but that will hold it just fine. Just a little bit of washi tape down one side, and then when you're flicking through them you can see the image on the front and the instructions on the back of how to use it. So both of these you use with the Big Shot. I'm not going to go too much into detail on that today because this is, as I say, this is just back to basics, just the simple stuff. But the Big Shot is a die cutting, it's called a die cutting machine, and you use that, that's how you use your dies and embossing folders. But I will have another video going into how to use the Big Shot, but I just wanted to today show you how I store my dies and embossing folders. And what I have done is just made myself a pretty box. This is just chipboard that I have covered with designer series paper. I don't know if you can, I'll try and zoom out a little bit. Whoops, you can see it a little bit better. It's just a box, but the back of it is slanted, so I can stack. These are all the dies and embossing folders I've got. I don't have many, but then these can just stack in like so, and then I can just flick through, and because they're all mounted on the magnet sheet, I can see really easily. See that I haven't done that one yet, haven't done that one yet, or that one, but these I have done, and you can see them really easily and just flip through them. This one I was able to put the washi tape on both sides because these are just small embossing folders, and that just makes a cute little pocket. So and that one just there. So I have those on the side, and I can just flick through them. I probably didn't need to make such a big box. So I might do another one and do a video on it to show you how I went about making it, if I'm brave enough, because it did take me a while to figure it out. But I might do a smaller one and show you. You can buy them, but I found that they were quite expensive, so I thought I can just make one for myself. So I hope you enjoyed that video and you found some tips that you can use on storing your dies and embossing folders. And if you did, please share this video with your friends, because that's why I'm here. I share what I enjoy, so you can share it with your friends too. That would be awesome. And if you haven't already, please give me a subscribe so you don't miss any of the other Back to Basics videos. And if you have any suggestions, how do you store your dies and embossing folders? That's the question of the day. How do you store yours? Leave me a comment in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much for watching today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.